Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Newage Legendary Heroes number 42 Spy Shean, which is of course a third-party Legends take on Generation 1 Mirage. So we're going to of course do some comparisons with him and his original Generation 1 self. We're going to see how he displays and fares up against some other Legend scale figures as well as some mainline ones as well. So as I start to open him up, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out. And the other thing is to thank Show's eStore, which is where this came from, and as you can see they got it to me nice, quickly and safely. So we've got two accessories there. We can see that he's packaged in his alternate mode inside the clamshell. Again, they're not bound by the same plastic laws that Hasbro is. Let's just quickly move all this packaging out of the way. We're going to do some first impressions, and the first impression for this straight away is it's heavy, so that feels like there must be somewhere in here some die cast. And I think, yeah, there you go, there's all the die cast at the back. The detail on this is spectacular. That is it die cast or is it chrome? It is, it's die cast as well. That's why that's as shiny as it is. The silver looks lovely. It does of course go backwards and forwards, no issues whatsoever. We can already tell this is going to be quite intricate. Look at everything inside. Yeah, first impressions of this looking really good. So let's grab the G1 Mirage and see what he looks like compared to him. So then, there we are. There's the original Generation 1 Mirage next to this new Legend scale, and as you can see, it is exactly that, Legend scale. It is tiny compared to the original, and even the original wasn't one of the biggest figures. I suppose now I've got these two side by side. The only thing that's slightly disappointing is these are plastic wheels and not the rubber, but I suppose in the end these will not perish like these ones will. It looks like the spoiler is independent as well, the same as there. And as I say, where you've got the actual chrome on here, you've got some silver paint, but you've also got some actual die cast on this as well. Overall though, you can't argue that that's a great representation of the original. So what we need to do now is we need to have a quick look at him in his alternate, well no, it's not his alternate mode, in his robot mode, and see how he displays and looks in that mode. Okay, then we're back, and as you can see, it's already in his robot mode. Quick apologies for the transformation process on this video. Main reason for this is to keep the length of the video down, and the other one is because I've uploaded a tutorial video, so if you want to see the transformation process in great detail, you can, and it might be useful to others as well. Before we move on though, I do want to mention something about it. It has got to be the most satisfying transformation process on any third-party figure I've reviewed thus far. It really is very clever. It is quite intricate, but it's not over the top. It's not that difficult, and it just really works. What I mean by that is you can see that the legs have pretty much got loads of things folded into it without any gaps, but again, it just really works. And this guy is tiny, and he's so detailed and so intricate. Now, to give you an idea, I suppose, of the size of him, for anybody who collects mainline figures, these are just your standard core class figures. So there's obviously Swoop and Optimus Prime, and I'm going to show you a deluxe figure. There's no point going Voyager because it's going to go pretty much off screen, so hopefully that's giving you a bit of an idea of the size of him. Now don't get me wrong, again, you are paying a lot more than you would do for a core class figure, so once again you get what you pay for. The articulation in the head is all the way around, but it's a little bit hindered by this back part, which to be honest is the only negative. It will look up and down as well. This is the only negative here. If they could have found a way to perhaps tuck that in there, this would be pretty much perfect, 10 out of 10, but it's still high enough anyway. Look at the detail there on the face sculpt. It is brilliant. This is so clever. This has this small missile in it, but I do believe you're supposed to take it out and pop this one in, and now that looks a lot more like G1 Mirage. You can see that the shoulders are ball and sockets. There's also the swivel underneath it. There's a bicep flexion. There's the same for the wrist. These will come out. They won't turn as in a swivel, but they'll move in and out. There is a waist swivel. There is hips on ball and socket joints. There's hip swivel underneath. There's a knee bend. There's an ankle tilt and rock. It is incredibly clever, and as I say, so far, to be honest, my favorite one, definitely without a doubt. With regards to some other New Age figures, there is New Age Optimus and indeed Agamemnon, which of course is Megatron. So he's a little bit smaller than them, to be fair, quite a bit, to be honest. I'm just going to move them out of the way. People who collect other third-party figures, I've got a Magic Square Trailbreaker there. I've got a Doctor Wu Bape Optimus Prime, and then funnily enough I've got a World's Smallest Takara Optimus. So he's not much bigger than that, in all honesty. As you can see, he looks really good against all of them. Right, last I suppose comparison to do, of course, has to be with G1 Mirage, and you can see what I mean now. You can also tell that mine's a bit faded by the missile launcher on the top, and indeed we've got his other accessory, which is this, and we can pop it in just like so. So there you go. We've pretty much, as I say, got our own much improved better version than this. And I loved the original G1 Mirage as a kid. I thought it was fantastic. The instructions are there as well. With regards to the alternate mode, again, much smaller than this. If I could bring that around to the side, give you an idea of just how small he is. To be honest, I think that's pretty much it. There's not much more to say about this guy. One more comparison. I keep seeing him. That's Iron Factory's take on a transparent, obviously the hollow Mirage, and again he's much bigger. Sorry, the Iron Factory one is much bigger. But there we go. That is definitely all there is to say about this figure. Hopefully, as I say, you can tell from my impressions of him that he's my favourite one so far, for lots of reasons. For the detail on him, for how he looks, and mainly for the fact that his transformation process, for once on some third-party figures, for me, was fun. I suppose I should also show you some other things. Again, that is die cast on the front of him there, and there's more than enough detail on this. You can, of course, apply some logos to him if you wanted to, but to be honest, this guy looks good enough just like that. That's pretty much all I'm going to say about him. The transformation process is in a separate video, so I hope you find that interesting as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.